Hey, welcome back to the Caribou Data Science channel on YouTube. This is the evening of Tuesday, December the 13th, 2022. As Pogo would say, Friday the 13th on a Tuesday this week. Okay. Anyway, on the agenda for tonight is go back and use Power BI to review some COVID-19 related data. They're going to try to use Power BI to create a dashboard or a few reports for tonight's Tidy Tuesday data, which is has to do with retail sales nationwide. So anyway, so sit back, relax, enjoy the music. I'll be back with you in like 15 minutes. Hey, welcome back again to the Caribou Data Science channel. If you're in the background watching on, or welcome to the stream. Of course, that'd be fantastic if you stop by the chat session and just said hi. Okay. Of course, be sure to click that. Okay, and try to ignore what my dad's listening to in the background. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, what was I saying? I was saying that this is the evening of December the 13th. It's Tidy Tuesday evening. We'll be taking at the Tidy Tuesday data set here in a few moments. But first, we'll take a look at some of the other numbers, COVID, Herald and data numbers associated with COVID-19, but not necessarily direct, but not COVID-19 itself. Okay. Uh, also mentioned I began today a new exercise program using resistance bands, exercise bands. I'm starting out light and slowly working my way up to the resistance I need to really get some results from it. Good news is, as of this morning, I have lost 8 pounds since starting the NutraSheet system on well, it's like on November 26th or so, or November 16th, was it? Okay, so we're going to begin uh, with some of the other data that's included as part of the from our world in data. A lot of it has to do with COVID-19 again. There's also quite a bit of data that doesn't really get that much attention. We can take a look down our world in data. I'm not sure what these means. COVID-19, U.S. COVID-19, decade in which smallpox ceased. We want this one right here, okay? And here you can see 2021 rows. This covers the fire period from 2020 up to present. And you come over here, you see all these other death forms over here. You know, extreme poverty, cardiovascular, diabetes, female smokers, male smokers. So this our world in data has a fairly significant thing over here. But what we're really interested in is median age. Okay, it's a little bit of a rant. You can cover yours you want to. There's an actress out there who's basically trying to say, well, that all black spirituals are written on the black notes, and there's some, of course, people who write white spirituals. You know, I find it very hard to believe that the author of that particular song wasn't aware of the black notes. Okay, the black notes were part of the European scale. Yeah, so I don't know. And of course, it's probably listened to a bunch of upper class snobs in the audience who laugh at all his jokes. Okay, here's the other thing. He's quick to point out that before the man who wrote this became a believer, he was a slave trader. Now that's true, but if this man was truly a Christian himself, he would realize that the difference between him and God is God has forgotten this man's past. God cast our sins into the sea, never to be seen again. Unfortunately, man really does that. Okay. So anyway, here's roughly our data: total boosters, new vaccinations, new people vaccinated smooth, new people. Do we have, what about monkey virus? Do we have monkey virus in here? So are they saying that this rate as a result of as a result? Yeah, my guess is most people are probably wealthy liberal snobs. Diabetes prevalence, hospital beds, hand washing facilities, human development index. Okay, so we're gonna come over here now. Fire up Power BI. You can see we have a lot of information here. Okay, a lot of tables, a lot of views. But we're interested in this one down here. Okay, import. Okay, so we don't need these. So we know what it is. All right. Now here's all of our data for the U.S. Okay. Now let's do this. Let's do a close and apply. So what we want to do is we want to try to create. Okay. We're going to use Bravo to create a date table. Okay, but first of all, let's go over here. What this does, this will take the date field and split it out into and create a series of date columns, things like week date, month date, and stuff like quarter date and stuff like that. Okay, let's download this. Here's the good news. Okay, so I presume that's the one here. Let's see. Okay, apply changes. Let's see what we got here. We should now have two tables. This didn't work right, did it? Let's come back over here then. Let's let's copy this table. I mean, then let's remove duplicates. Close and apply. Oh, And we do have the so we do have the date column here, don't we? Okay. Okay, so we don't actually need this then. So see what it actually created a table that contains a bunch of dates in it, various types of dates. We get date, date with transactions, day a week number, holidays, is working month, month number, quarter, and so forth. Year, month. Okay. So I come over here. Hmm, we don't need that. Okay. So what you do, anytime you want to pull a date now, you pull it from you pull from the date table. Okay. And that's the key. So we can begin. Let's start with some easy stuff. Okay. So we're going to say date, year, month, year, quarter. Y-axis is going to be now we'll come back over here. We want to say new cases. Now, what we want to look at here is this. There's a good chance that uh, these November's cases, maybe even uh, maybe even December's cases, new cases, can be the lowest since at least July of last year, over a year, and possibly even as low as all the way back over to here, new cases. That doesn't mean they're going away. So as of November 27th, we've had 277,163 cases, new cases reported. That's still a lot of cases, but I think it's something we need to be aware of. Okay, I think we need to be aware of the fact we are making progress. That's interesting. All right, that's new cases. Okay, over here again, visualizations. Okay. What's the field again? Year, month? Now, I'm guessing that this is actually sorted alphabetically. New cases, new deaths. Look at deaths. 2,216 deaths so far. That's the lowest. We're going to have the lowest number of deaths in November of any month since March of 2020, over a year. Okay. Okay. And we could put a maybe put a slicer in here, and the field would be year, month. Now that's interesting, isn't it? So that's kind of interesting. So we're going to say background okay. So that's sort of interesting, isn't it? Let's put this. Okay. Now we could put some small plots down here, right? We could put a card down here, for instance. What do you think? Okay, I wouldn't say it's great, but it'll get the point across, right? Uh, Total deaths. Of course, we could do this, right? 1.71 million total deaths, right? Now, if we do this, And we can come back over here, of course, and change the background colors and stuff like that. But just take a look at it full size. Total cases, what's total deaths per million? That's the wrong one. Is that right? We don't have 580 million people killed, have we? Died. But that's more deaths than there is cases. No, no, it's not. This is 41.5 billion cases, right? 580.1 million deaths. Total test, total number of vaccines. Okay? When you expand it out, it looks a lot bigger, doesn't it? I mean, so that's it certainly is uh, one way to do it. Comparing Q&A. I don't know how I did that. There we go. Well, these, of course, are way too big. Okay. Now let's look at some other numbers. New cases per 1,000 deaths, new tests. Let's look at, okay, as we always do, let's do date and month. Okay, now let's look at total tests. Let's look at total vaccinations. So this would be the cumulative total. Well, the trend in vaccinations has clearly gone up. It's just like it's leveled off somewhere over here. It looked like it leveled off. It looked like it started to flatten the curve over here in May of this year. Hmm. Okay, let's do another one. We're going to say year, month. We're going to look at total deaths. Here's the thing. If we look at the total cases, the rate of increase really hasn't changed that much. It's been going up pretty steadily. So we come over here again and do this. A lot of volatility in that in there. Hmm. Let's look for total boosters. Interesting. This is interesting. I believe that excess mortality is, is when the expected number of deaths for a given period of time is above what's expected. So the argument is that that COVID-19 is causing an excess of deaths. There's more COVID-19 death. There's more deaths as a result for the period of time during COVID-19 than it's been, say, the previous year. Okay. And of course, the thing is, we can. Well, so let's try this 65 and over. So what is this? So it spiked and then leveled off. Okay? Interesting. All these things are looking the same, isn't it? So look, this is the excess mortality. So you can see, yeah, it has been going up, but it appears sometime around January of last year, it began to level off. Okay? What about people fully vaccinated? There was a big spike back up here, of course, in the first year, but it does appear to be leveling off here a little bit, beginning in January of this year. The uh, the rate of people being uh, the rate of people being vaccinated appears to go down, level off. So if this is the rate of positive tests, it's really pretty level. Yeah, it's a little bit of a downcline here, but overall, it's really good to stay within the same range. Okay. What about total booster? We do see hospital beds apparently spiking here again. Interesting. Okay. So, hey, again, if you folks are back here watching, welcome to the Care for Data Science channel. I stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's if you're outside of this country, it's 8 p.m. New York time, East Coast time. Uh, I'd appreciate it if you're in the background. Don't be shy. Just drop by the chat session and say hello. All right. We're going to call this first session to a close and take a quick break of 15 minutes. We'll come back. We're going to try to take a look at the retail sales data for the TidyTuesday data set. Okay, let's just take a little look here. As promised, I just got to watching a video on the Fortran language, which stands for formula translation. Watched a few videos, and all honesty, I'm not really sure Fortran is in my future. It was developed. It was actually the first high-level language developed for the IBM computer. Okay. Um, okay, so it was the first one really developed. It was developed before COBOL. Okay, but it really, as I suggest, think of it formula translation. This clearly was tended to be a mathematical language to be used in the well, and engineering and possibly university science project. I mean, and stuff like that, university level. What wasn't really intended for the for the average person. Now, like I said, I've looked at a few videos, although um, I can't see a. It's I would say Python and R are much easier to use than Fortran. Okay, I've looked at some few videos and stuff, and I haven't really come up with a reason to learn it. Unless they get really bored or something, and in that case, it's something different. Okay, so let's come back as promised. We're going to take a look at the Tidy Tuesday data set, as always on GitHub. Just come up here, search Tidy Tuesday. Okay, let's come down here Hey, again, I want to say if you folks are in the background watching, welcome. I'd appreciate, of course, if you click on that subscribe button, click on the like button, and click on that bell button next to the subscribe button. That way, be notified whenever I go live. Okay. Of course, it'd also be fantastic if you stop by the chat session and said hi. So if we come down here, the one from this week says monthly state retail sales. U.S. Census Bureau monthly state retail. This is kind of curious. I don't know uh, how the U.S. Census Bureau got involved with tracking retail sales. Let's see what it says over here first of all. Okay, monthly retail sales is the Census Bureau's new experimental data product featuring modeled state-level retail sales. This is a blended data product using monthly retail trade survey data, administrative data, and a third party data. Year-over-year percentage changes are available with a total retail sales excluding non-store retail sales. Okay, the data. Okay, August 2022, monthly retail sales data was released on November 30th. For explanatory materials for those in experimental statistics, good grief, and the technical documentation. For more information on the contents of the data files, please refer to the monthly data dictionary. Let's take a look at this. The Federal Information Processing Standard Code. State abbreviation. These are the two character state abbreviations. Uh, it's a code, numeric. The numeric year-over-year percentage change in retail sales. Coverage. The state retail coverage file provides a categorical measure of the non-imputed coverage of the data for each state in North America. Here's that FIPS code again, standard abbreviation, code, character values. Well, you know what? Let's just cut the small talk and let's just look at some data, okay? Now we could read this in. Here's the data cleaning code that this person did. Pretty extensive in it. Yeah, pretty daggone extensive code. Okay, we got two different ways to do this. All right, we can use the TidyTuesday R. Let's make sure we didn't miss David Robinson's video. No, we didn't. So we might be it might be possible to actually read this into Excel. Okay, as a web function. Or we could, of course, read it into or we could read it directly into R and then import it up to uh, up to SQL Server 2019 that way, or we could import it into Excel and then just use that with Power BI, or we could do the analysis right here. Okay, let's see some. Let's go data. Let's see if this will work. Now we could probably pull this directly into Power BI. Mm-hmm. Now, as you can see here, we don't have a date, which is kind of annoying. Now we can import this entire thing into the data. Okay. I have Tidy Tuesday here. Okay. All right. Now let's come back over here again. Let's try to grab the second table then. Web again. Now we could probably pull this right into, am I missing something here? Is there only two things here? Change year over year, state retail. Okay, so here's what we got, year over year change. Okay, what I need to do is get rid of most of this stuff here. Hmm. I thought I had a U.S. retail sales. Okay, let's move this. Okay. So let's promote. So these, of course, are all. How many rows are there? 27,000 rows. Now, here's the thing. One thing they have in common is the change year over years. Oh, good. Hmm. Interesting. Let's do this. fields, y-axis, just an in is subsector, and interesting. Not necessarily helpful, but interesting. Okay. Not really sure what the. It'd have been interesting what Dave Robinson would have done with that data. Uh, tragically, uh, Karen Carpenter died of anorexia, and it was really her death, anorexia, it really brought that disease to the forefront. It really publicized. Unfortunately, it's tragic in order for disease to be known. I mean, look how thin she is even there. And look how skinny she is there. Somehow the mind gets twisted sometimes. I mean, and rather than see what's really there, we see what we think is there. And an anorexic person, I think, what I understand, if a person's anorexic, whenever they look in the mirror, all they see is as an overweight person. Okay, but Karen Carpenter really was it's really the first time I ever heard of anorexia. Certainly wasn't a disease, but her death really brought really brought anorexia to the national attention in many ways. But anyway, hmm. Somebody else listened to a video summit where the guy's talking about how the rise of Marxist ideology in America, and it has happened. The Democrats have gone from being Democrats, center of the road, to to Marxists, literally in word and deed. I mean, they hate the Constitution. They don't believe they don't believe in the rule of law. All they want to do, and they have this ideology has infected our school systems. I mean, that's when did it begin? Oh, hey, hello from Central Ohio in the U.S., Eric. Thanks so much for stopping by. So, what are you up to this evening, Eric? Let's see something here. So tell me, Eric, how you coming along with your Fortran programming? Okay, you're much better off looking for BI tutorials than you are with than you are than you are with looking at uh, looking at looking at Fortran tutorials. You'll probably live a lot longer and sleep better. I'm not actually a Fortran programmer myself. I'm a data analytics person. I use R, I use like you say Power BI, I use SQL and stuff like that. But it's purely a hobby. Okay. Uh, I actually did a little Power BI earlier with some COVID-19 data. Hmm. So are you? Tell me, Eric, are you a student or are you a professional person who's looking to use BI for your job? You're a professional. Okay. So is this something you want to? What is your profession? Are you a data scientist or you're working at Dell Technology? Oh, very nice. Your name doesn't sound Indian to me. Are you from India originally, or how'd you wind up in India? From Lish. Okay, there you go. That makes more sense now. Uh, anyway, I was looking at U.S. COVID-19 numbers again. Okay, here's the thing. November and maybe even December we could have the lowest number of cases. Okay, Okay, you're back, Kamlesh. Okay. Yeah, I did a little Power BI tonight. I did some COVID-19 data, uh, looking at monthly cases and monthly deaths, new cases and new deaths. And the good news from U.S. is, and all you probably won't hear us on the U.S. news network, but coming from the president's lips. But November was the lowest number of new cases since maybe June of 2021, over a year. And it's lower than also than anything back to April of 2020. Okay. So what happens over here is, and you can see the same thing. And you can see over here, as far as new deaths, November's going to be one of the lowest months since March of 2020. That's how much U.S. deaths have fallen from COVID-19. Okay, but that's not what that's not the message that the media and the president wants to get out. So so you work for Dell. What exactly is your position with Dell? Are you a data science or data scientist or data analyst or researcher? What exactly do you do there? Clinical support engineer. Okay, okay. So do you actually use data analytics as part of your job? Do you do like data visualizations and Excel and stuff like that? Okay. So are you back in school for this job switch, or what are you doing to actually make that jump? Okay. Are you taking any classes on like on Udemy or Coursera, anything like that? I'll mention that I stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m., and sometimes on Sunday at 8 p.m. Okay. Yeah, it's Eastern time, U.S. Eastern time, New York time, East Coast time. Mm, well, you get a piece of paper saying you know what you're doing. But no, no, I'm a complete amateur. I'm self-taught. I'm an amateur. Okay, I do answer people's questions if they have a question. Uh, just if you think you need some kind of paper that says you know what you're doing, take a Python course on Coursera or Udemy or something like that. I will say that anything you can learn on these class, you can learn everything you need to know about data analytics, whether it's R programming, Python, Excel, Power BI, Tab. You can learn everything you need to know somewhere on YouTube. Okay, it's all there, but it's not nice and neatly organized, and there's no real structure to it. If you want these people who needs a structured class type environment, structured teaching, yeah. And the thing about Udemy is, uh, it goes on sale like twice a month, and the prices are cut to like $15 to $20. Okay, but again, if you can earn it, of course, the thing is you need to get your employer to pay for it. That's your key. Okay, you want your employer to invest in your education. They're looking for to get a return off your education also. Hey Raghu, how you doing, friend? I'm here chatting about data analytics with Kamlesh. Uh, what's his name? Simwa. So where in the world are you located, Raghu? Are you in India also? Pakistan, maybe? The UK? Of course, here's the thing, Kamlesh. You learn Power BI, then you find a way to use it at work. Okay, because now, once you do that, now you got real experience. So I mean, look at, let's see. Can you suggest a learning path or any? Uh, Commish, not really. No, no. Uh, like I say, you can just search for Power BI stuff on YouTube. That's the route you want to go, and just check out various authors because there's be a wide range of from basic up to advanced, say Power BI or Python or R programming or Excel, something like that. Like I said, there's lots out there. I really don't have, I really don't follow that many people as far as Power BI. I tend to follow people. I follow one guy who does Python. He's a good guy. A few people like that. Raghu, asked your question. I don't know. I really don't know. Uh, it's certainly, depending on which part of the world you're looking for a job at, that's the question. I mean, the market for that stuff in the U.S. is going to vary from state to state or from region to region. Okay. Of course, you may saw people roll up and say about that chat program, the chat GDP or something like that, or GPT. Very interesting idea. I mean, I went out to that site and I said, ask it, how can I find the median value in Fortran? And it gave me the code. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, to a certain, what's happened historically, as my experience, is that a job market or something explodes, and all of a sudden there's this huge shortage of workers. So you start taking people with maybe no more like being in a certification. Well, as the market starts to get caught up, and the jobs become fewer and fewer, uh, it becomes harder to find a job. Uh, I'm sort of looking for a job, but not real seriously. And I said, look, I'm willing to work remote anywhere in the U.S. If you live in California, not a problem. I get up early and log on. Thanks so much. I'm not sure what's so great about what you may sound great, but I've mentioned again, Raghu, also that I stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. New York time, Eastern U.S. time. Okay. I sometimes stream on Sunday. The best way to get notified, of course, is to click on that subscribe button, and then click on that bell button next to the subscribe button. I'll be notified whenever I post a video or go live. Okay. But there's also lots and lots of videos on my channel right now that has to do with our programming. Uh, I do a little bit with Power BI, a little bit with SQL. Most stuff I've done in the last 4 or 5 years has been in R. Okay. What about you, Raghu? What's your current situation? Are you a student? Are you a professional? Are you a data scientist, a data analyst? What's your situation? So the latest thing I've been looking at, all not seriously, was Fortran, which is a language that's been around since the 50s, and it was designed really for scientific work and engineering. Okay, yeah. I'm probably not going to be devoting a lot of time to learning Fortran, but it is interesting because it's still there. I went out to LinkedIn. I searched for Fortran jobs. There's Fortran jobs out there. I mean, well, you probably need a job a background in mathematics or engineering or something like that. Uh, what was I going to say here? If you're interested in getting into data analyst, which you move into, you probably the first skill you want to learn. The first two skills be SQL and probably Excel and Power BI. Okay, because it's just most business data is stored in SQL databases, whether it's Oracle or something or whatever it is, Postgres, MySQL, whatever it is. So you have to know SQL and probably Excel. I read someplace that everybody assumes that you're an Excel expert, so you have to have that. If it's not. So the top three skills, in my opinion, is SQL, Excel, and Power BI. Although you could use, Google Sheets and Tabula. You know, uh, I prefer Power BI because of database connectivity. Okay, you can also do web scraping with it. You can also do some database connectivity with the later versions of Excel also. Okay, as well as web scraping. Uh, so Raghu, did you say that you're a what's your are you a student or are you a data analyst or a data scientist? Yeah, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. Certainly, SQL is a very key skill when you first start out in data analytics. And you probably won't work with either Python or R in the beginning. But which one of those you want to learn, Python or R? That's strictly that's a matter of opinion. Uh, I dabble a little bit with Python. But my main language is R. And I will say there's a lot of really good SQL people on YouTube also. And the other thing about SQL, it's a pretty easy language to use. It's a fairly small, compact language. You don't have a lot of commands and functions in SQL. But it's very widely used, and so it's something you have to have on your resume. I would think so anyway. Wow, structural engineering at J&T University, civil engineering domain. I have been searching data analyst jobs role for machine learning jobs. Okay, yeah. Well, your English is very good, by the way. Okay, if you can write good English, then you need to understand it. You completed a master's degree, okay, in engineering, structural engineering, 2 years experience in civil engineering domain. Yeah, so you certainly have the educational background for it. But I imagine that all the mathematics you learn in engineering is going to help you in the data analytic domain. You have a couple options, Raghu. This is strictly my opinion. That comes with absolutely no guarantee. Uh, you could okay. I'm not sure why that is, but uh, okay. Uh, that's Python or R. I mean, uh, there's jobs out there where people want R programming. Sometimes we'll say R or Python to assess in a job description. I don't spend a lot of time looking for jobs, but if you go to someplace like LinkedIn or Indeed or whatever job site you use, you search for Python and you'll see like two different types of jobs. You see sort of general Python scripting jobs or maybe academic, and then you'll see data analytic jobs and data science jobs that use Python. Okay. Uh, uh, do you have a programming background, Kamlesh? You done any programming? I would say, Kamisha, you don't need to learn both. You're better off really mastering one or the other. Uh, a lot of people say Python's easier to learn than R. I don't think so. From my experience, I looked up Python originally. Okay, uh, I think it'd be easier for you to learn R. Okay, because it is a data analyst language. Uh, although you're young, you could probably learn Python also. Uh, I actually used Python a little last week or so to do some web scraping with it. It has a really good web scraping package uh, called SN's Scrapes. Yeah. Uh, have you used Excel in the job before? I'm not really sure. It's kind of hard to say. Uh, do you do any programming as far as in your current job situation at all? The Kamish, the thing about R is anything you want to do with a language, there's going to be a package to help you out. It's very much package dependent. Okay. Uh, Python also has packages like pandas and NumPy and scikit-learn and stuff like that. But the advantage, if it's advantage of Python, it can also be used for general purpose scripting. Okay. Okay. Have you ever written any Alicia, have you ever written any DAX scripts? What's it called? The M language to write scripts. Matplotlib, that's the one. There's also Seaborn, which is very good. Seaborn's very similar to the syntax for Seaborn is very similar to the basic plotting functions in R. Just as a note, but of course, now the thing about Excel, what you want to learn about Excel is you want to learn what's called Power Query. That's where the real power is in Excel's in Power Query. Yeah, so you could go out, learn about Power Query, learn how to connect the databases and various data sources. Uh, basic, basic, uh, basic dashboard design in Excel is very simple. You use pivot tables and plots and slicers or various filtering tools. That's basically what dashboards are. Whether it's Excel or Power BI tag, that's basically what you have. Okay. So Raghu, as part of your degree program, did you do any programming? So Kamesh, do you have a college degree? Okay, very good. So you have already learned it, Raghu? Oh, okay. I actually took that also, but that was Tabula or Google Sheets and maybe something else. Yes. Okay, you're a graduate. So you've already got it. So you got a degree. Okay. Was it in like was it in like was it like computer science or something like that, Kamish? So Agu, have you actually used any of these skills on your job? And these Power BI or Python, have you actually use it on your job? Thank you so much. What I need you guys to do is invite 10 of your friends to join the stream tomorrow night. No, sorry, I can't have my phone number. You can reach me on Facebook at yeah. If you have any questions, you can reach me there on Facebook. I don't have a lot of answers for you about your career and like that. Okay, so no, sorry, I'm not gonna give you my phone number. You can reach me on Facebook. You can message me on Facebook. Facebook Messenger. Facebook Messenger. I tell you what, guys, I'm going to call it an early night. I'm a little tired right now, so I'm going to go and bring this session to a close. And thanks to both you guys for stopping in and say hi for me. I appreciate it. Like I say, I stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. New York time, and occasionally I do it on Sunday night. Click that bell icon next to the subscribe button. You'll be notified whenever I go live again. Again, thanks so much for your time, folks. We'll see you two guys hopefully on